I was born in East Africa, in Kampala, and when I was 1 year old, I was found under a tree by a policeman in a plastic bag, which sounds awful, I know, but my biological mother or father must have put me there out of fear, desperation, I don't know. And that led me to be put into a baby's home where I spent a year there, which I don't have any memories of, and I don't think the baby's home in 1995 was in very good nick, so to speak, due to lack of money and struggling, you know, for donations and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm grateful that they took me in, looked after me, and yeah, here I am today. So without them and that being there, who knows, I probably would have suffocated in the bag and died. My dad has worked all over the world, and Uganda was one of the countries that he'd worked in a number of times, and he knew of Sanyu Baby's home because he'd worked in Kampala a lot. Him and my mum couldn't have children, unfortunately, and they wanted to adopt a child, so they thought this would be the perfect place to adopt a child, as my mum had had troubles trying to adopt in England, and they didn't seem to have any babies. They seemed to have 12 and 13-year-olds, and my mum wanted a small child or baby. My mum really wanted a baby, but there I was, and I caught my dad's eye. And even though I was two, I was a very small 2 year old, and I was very bubbly apparently, and very sort of charming and friendly. I think I knew the situation. I kind of joke about I knew the deal. I knew they were my golden ticket, so to speak, out of here. And yeah, so I was the first child to be adopted, and they picked me. So once my parents had decided that they wanted me, I guess, picked me, they had to sort all the legal stuff out. And you know, that's a lot of to-ing and fro-ing from Africa and England, and it's expensive, and there's lots of checks done, and you have to go to court. It's not free. You can't just say, I want that child. They need to know that they're giving that child to a safe person, and social services were involved at this end to keep an eye on me, you know, because it's a different country. But anyway, in 1996, at 2 years old, I finally came to England, and I was a British citizen, and that's my passport photo. And you can see I wasn't very happy at the time being held up and having a photo taken, but you know, it had to be done. And yeah, that's my story, really, my adoption story. So this is the last part, and I'm going to answer questions that I get asked a lot from people when they know that I'm adopted. It's kind of very obvious in my situation because both my parents are white, they're white British. My mum's from Mosley on the outskirts of Manchester, a northerner, and my dad's a southerner from London. And I get asked a lot, oh, would you like to know your real, and I use the word real very loosely, parents? For me, I don't have that kind of urge or upset, and Africa is a massive continent and Uganda is a massive country. I highly doubt I would ever find them, and I actually have no desire to find them. I'm very, you know, comfortable with who I am, and my mum and dad are my mum and dad, and they were just part of the whole process to get me here. But the parents I have now are the ones that are my parents. They've raised me, they've taken me to school, etc., etc. And they're my real parents, if you want to call it real. Um, Another question is my sister, the one that you saw in my vlog yesterday, my real sister? And I use that very loosely as well. But no, she's not biologically my real sister. But, you know, big deal. Blood's not everything. And I know people like to say blood is thicker than water, but not in all cases it's not. What else do I get asked? I don't get asked. Oh, one thing. I class myself as British. I am British. I am English. The only thing that's African or Ugandan about me is my skin and my blood. You know, I don't speak Ugandan. I don't have the culture. You know, I'm as good as anyone else who was born and bred in England, and I class myself as British. Of course, I'm happy and proud to say that I'm Ugandan, but I class myself as English because that's the culture I've been brought up in. My whole family is English. You know, and I'm in an English environment, and most of my friends are, you know, English, white, shall I say. So, yeah, they're the three main questions. If anyone has any questions about adoption, then they're free to ask me. Another thing is, yes, I would adopt myself. If I couldn't have children, I would adopt, and I'd love to adopt from the baby's home that I came from if I was unfortunate not to be able to carry a child. But that's the only time I would want to adopt. I really do want to have my own children, have that whole experience. So thank you for watching this small video. It's kind of a different draw of my life. It's my adoption story, I guess, and not everyone's beginnings are the same. My mine's is quite unique. So speak to you soon, YouTube. Bye.